Hey everyone, it's Professor Clark, and welcome to Chapter 7. We're going to start off by going over how to say, I was born and I grew up. Let's start with the verb родиться. Родиться means to be born, and it's a second conjugation verb, but most unusually for a second conjugation verb, it is n-stressed in the past. And of course, we normally use it in the past because it is normally used in the sentence, I was born, or where were you born, when were you born, my son was born, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to normally use it in the past, and it is n-stressed in the past, which again is very unusual for a second conjugation verb. So we say он родился, but она родилась, оно родилось, они родились. Now let's look at the verb вырасти, to grow up. It is also normally used in the past, and it has a very unusual conjugation pattern in the past. Actually, it's not irregular. This type of verb always does this, but it is unusual. So вырасти is the infinitive, and then the past tense is он вырос, она выросла, оно выросло, and они выросли. And note that расти becomes рос in the past. So we lose this T ending. And remember, anytime we see T in the infinitive instead of temyaky znak, we should keep our eyes open because there's probably something funny going on. And then the a in the infinitive turns to o in the past tense. So we have расти with an a in the infinitive, but рос with an o in the past tense. However, you can't really hear it in this particular form of the verb because the prefix вы bears the stress in all forms of the verb, and certain verbs with the prefix вы are always going to bear stress on the prefix in all forms, and this is one of them. So there is your verb вырасти, to grow up, and you would use it by saying things like Я выросла в Северной Каролине. I grew up in North Carolina. So it's pretty straightforward to use as long as you remember the forms.